Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Kevin Lopez again here from Personal Tutors. Today I'm going ahead and serving a day of nostalgia, it seems. I've been going ahead and explaining you the poems about a mother and a daughter. Now the next poem is about a father to son. Beautifully told. The initial poem that I had exclaimed was the photograph, was about the poet Shirley Toll's son explaining the days, the charm and the yearning about losing her mother. This is a poem specifically written by a father about the changing scenarios, and it's a letter of grief, a belief to his son. A few favorite lines of mine are, "Oh, I do not understand this child. Though we had lived together now in the same house for years, I know nothing of him, so tried to build up a relationship from how when he was when small, yet I have killed the seed I spent or sown it where the land is now none of his, none of mine." This poem actually depicts a grown-up kid having changes in thoughts, perceptions, beliefs, and clashes of thoughts with his father. The father here depicts clearly that he is looking forward to let his son go and return as a prodigal son as sent in a parable in the Bible, and he is actually looking forward to get back his son as a proper son, but not as a boy who feels disgusted over his plans that has been mentioned by the father in the poem. The boy actually looks forward to carry on his own. Friends, this story depicts the current scenario going on today in the societal realms. Kids growing up, getting on their own, feeling burdened by the suggestions of parents, heeding no attention towards their beliefs, their plans, their efforts. Yet the father too here feels guilty about not paying attention to the growing kid or understanding him or giving him more time. Yet that is the thing involved with parents, especially dads, who go ahead for the earning, for the living, for the well-being of the family, thus sacrificing the more time to be spent with kids and certain things on. It's a beautiful poem depicted by the poet, and it actually talks about the pains that a dad suffers. It's not just about the kid, it's about a parent, a daddy suffering whilst he's going ahead and experiencing in disbelief the changes that are coming upon him. We will talk about a few question and answers now. The first query would be, does the poem talk of an exclusively personal experience, or it is fairly universal? Whilst the father goes ahead and exclaims it to be an issue of his personal grief, yet this is a universal problem that usually everybody is facing today. Kids growing up, wanting to do things on their own, really finding out a tough time to believe their parents, the plans that they've made, has actually changed the scenario that we live in currently. At the surface, the poem communicates the pain and helplessness of a father, yet below the surface, it also depicts the absence of a person whilst a child grows. It pinpoints the issues where a child needs a parent, lest he has none to hone his thoughts, to hone his efforts, ability, stature, etc. The next question would be, how is the father's helplessness brought out in the poem? The father's helplessness is actually highlighted through depiction of emotional struggles that he undergoes through various lines, lest, "Oh, what kid he is, and I'm unable to help him," feeling helpless. He regrets about not giving time to the kid when he should have gone ahead and supported him. He thinks about changing back the time. He thinks about even sending him as a prodigal son and bringing him and letting him come back with a feeling of oneness with the family, the gratitude that he would be sharing, and while knowing that what his dad did for them, and so on. Now, does the poem have a consistent rhyme scheme? No, it does not. The poem is actually written in a very commonish way. It is not based on a rhyme or a mode or idioms or something like that. So this was an explanation about this poem, Father to Son, where a father was actually seeking solace by letting him regret and feel guilty about not being able to understand the kid, not being able to provide him the facilities, not being able to go ahead and give his best for the growing son. It also speaks about the father wanting his son to realize about how much efforts the dad had put in, lest he had time. So I've explained a beautiful poem about relationship today. You can find out more videos on my channel about relationships, the poem, photograph and all as well. You have some comments, you can contact us, you can write in some comments below. You have queries about personal tutors, you can just press the button about us. If you have more things to know, you can request us data online, we'll get you the content. We can even get you the content in a pen drive on request. So signing off today, this is Kevin Lopez from Personal Tutors, thanking you once again for a new session.